Well, hello there, guys. I hope you're all doing bloody well, and welcome to another episode of Draw with Mikey. With me, Mikey, obviously. This is going to be a nice kind of laid-back episode. I reckon we're going to keep this one chill. Basically because it's a little bit late in the evening. I've just gotten back from a catch-up meal at a TGI Fridays with some old work colleagues. Bloody lovely to see them again. But I did do that kind of particular game plan where straight after your starter you have a milkshake with a piece of birthday cake in it, and then you go on to your main, and that really kind of just destroys you and bloats you out. So yeah, nobody asked, but there you go. I've had a nice dinner and now I'm really sleepy, but I've got myself a lovely cup of coffee. It doesn't really ting. I want a really good ting sound effect, like ting ting ting. Anyway, I've got myself a big mug of coffee, which is a great thing to drink just before you go to bed. Delicious. And I have in front of me, as ever, all of your delicious comments from the episode before. 3 weeks ago now, episode 42. So yeah, back from holiday. Hurt my hand, couldn't do much artwork over last week because I partially tore a ligament and it took a piece of bone with it in my thumb joint. So that's fun. So I had to kind of not do anything with it for a week, careful. And then now I've just really gently started to get back into the drawing, and I was trying to kind of work for magic on the old tablet. But we'll get back to that. What's going on with your comments? Julian's Random Drawing says, I miss the old days when Mikey was pervy sage and he would draw only boobs that all ended with Rias Gremory sketches. So yeah, I still draw boobs, don't worry. Pervy sage that was a kind of a mantle I didn't want to take on as my sort of ongoing theme. We're trying to drag this channel out of the gutter and make it more of a genuine art channel. Although there's nothing ungenuine about boobs, unless they're fake boobs, in which case they're a non-genuine product. But you know what I mean. And yeah, I guess we did a DWM, did some Rias Gremory, but right now in a sketchbook, I've still not gotten over the Ghost in the Shell theme for the week, which is why we've just gotten back into the Draw Simple Easy. We've done a Motoko Kusanagi, and in the sketchbook just the other day, I was just playing around with more Motoko sketches and designs, or just working out the idea of a frame, and trying to use the building blocks as usual of making a character, but this time actually using the building blocks as if it was a doll, and then putting a character on top of a doll. So you'll notice I really section out the midriff of the particular character sketch I get going on first with a circular joint, like a ball joint you get in a socketed doll setup, and more of a marionette kind of vibe. And then it does just go on for some more picturionis. Shiro Oreo says, what pen are you using? Cheers, Shiro. Let's have a sip of coffee. I am, of course, using... Actually, I've not got it in front of me. Let's just get the old pencil case out. I'm not kidding, by the way, guys. You can tell already this is like a really unfocused, rambling episode. Just sat down, having gotten in and made a tea, and gonna pass out soon to bed. So if you hear like snoring and stuff, and this particular upload turns out to be about 8 hours long, followed by a panic shuffle at the end where I say, shit, I'm late, followed by the sound of the door slamming shut, then you'll know what's happened. It's a Mitsubishi, that was good filler, Mitsubishi Uniball Eye fine liner pen. It's not really an art pen, but it has a really good ink flow, so I've adopted it for a lot of the sketchbook stuff because it shows up nice and clear. However, in this particular episode, I'm not using that. I've just picked up whatever pen was in my pocket at the time. I took a biro back from work, and I was using that just for the hell of mixing it up. 13 Domino asks, might I ask what kind of microphone you are using? Yes, 13 Domino. I'm going to have to do an unboxing review of this for the other channel, Mikey Whitehead. Go click subscribe. It is a Rode NT USB microphone. Rode as in R-O-D-E. Why did I pick this microphone? It's plug and play. Like, this is like a proper side address microphone. It's a big, solid thing. It's not kidding. But you can plug it straight into your computer. You don't need to put it through like some kind of condensing sound mixing box or anything like that, which I just haven't got time for that faff. So you just plug it straight in. And it kind of catches a lot of those basic qualities, which is nice. And when you buy this, it comes with its own pop guard and stand straight out of the box. So you don't have to buy any other peripherals if you don't want to. So yeah, I went for that. I'll get into that more in the future, but yeah, at some point I went over from, I don't know what microphone I was using. It must have just been like the audio in the camera phone maybe, and I thought that was acceptable, and then I upgraded to this, and I've never looked back. But always exploring new things in the future, because it's nice to kind of play around with the audio quality. Rocky Tech says, hey Mikey, hello Rocky, draw some demon characters and don't drink that coffee, it make your teeth ugly. Take some green tea too. Green tea still has caffeine, so it still keeps me up. I am trying to mix a green tea in, Rocky Tech. You just, I'm just like, this is totally going to be the vibe of this DWM. Just, let's talk about just tea and just sitting about the place. But yeah, I do like a coffee. I can't help it. It's how I'm brought up. I've got this great big The Governor mug, and I've been living off the back of it ever since. Oh, shit. So, one of you guys something I wanted to bring up, because I found it just the other day. Sorry, I'm going on a complete side address, but you're absolutely right. Green tea is good for you. And coffee can stain your teeth. Just brush them regularly and you'll be fine. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, so ages and ages ago, you guys linked me to some Mikey Mega Mega fan art, and one of you guys linked me to your DeviantArt, and it didn't quite come up, and I didn't really think anything of it anymore. And recently I was like, right, I need to get my DeviantArt account up and running again, because basically I'm going to start doing some commissions. They're going to be open really, really soon, and need to start making some money out of the old drawing to, support things like living and eating. And then randomly, because I was looking for my own channel, which this is how long I've been on DeviantArt, so I had to search for it, and I came across one of you guys' the 6 Faces of Mikey Mega Mega Let's Play, which does cover quite well all of the emotions I feel. It's fucking hilarious. I think you've done very, very well. And this is by Matt Wilson 83, a manga and anime digital media drawings artist. I was very, very impressed. I don't know if you're still listening to the DWM episode. Welcome if you are. My goodness, sir. And you caught the too many cook stuff that I sing when I'm nervous as well. Excellent, excellent work. The only reason I've just remembered that is because you caught the Governor mug as well. You've done like all the things. You, sir, have ticked all the boxes, and I am officially very, very impressed. I will have to put that up on a Facebook page or something and link it back to your DeviantArt page. Very impressive stuff. Anyway, back on with your comments. Oh, did I say, by the way, everybody, this is the series where I just read through your comments. We talk about whatever, and that is it. Literally, it's just me drawing in a sketchbook in the background, and you guys, hopefully, getting on with your own artwork as well in the background of your lives. Thus, we all kind of work together. Let's just sip this tea and think about all that ice cream going into all of that milkshake, and then all of it going in my belly. Lovely. Caleb says, hey Caleb, I have the same pen you're drawing within this video. I found it just lying in one of my classes. It's a really good pen. Yes, it is. And Alexicon says, honestly, this is becoming my favourite thing to watch, to listen to. Plus the bonus of actually being responded to by one of my favourite artists and YouTubers makes my day. Oh, thank you very much, Alex Icon. That's very kind of you to say. I'm just some bloke making them drawing videos, much like many others on the interwebs. But yeah, that's the whole point. Like, when my channel started going over that 50k subs mark, it was really awesome. It's nice to grow and stuff, but it also means it's a bit tougher to keep up with all your comments. So this is kind of a really focused video series that we've got on a Wednesday, often on a Thursday because I'm late. But basically it's like the midweek Wednesday thing where I get to kind of really just see what's going on with you guys a lot more. And that is nice. Crusher Jr. says, Mikey, yes, Crusher, what do you want? Do you see some references when you draw these with Mikey Mega Mega? So yeah, I talk about this all the time, and I can't say it enough. If you want to get some ideas and juices creatively flowing in your head, or you just want to practice, or you don't know what to draw and you want to just get the pen out and like loosen up your skills, get on like image boards, artist sites. Pinterest is really good. That's where I get a lot of my ideas from. And just look at artists that you love and other things, and just use that as guiding lines. I tend not to copy perfectly out things, but I use them a lot as kind of a focus point or a bit of inspiration for drawing. Like, yeah, put loads of input into your eyes and then make it come out of your hands. And it sounds like a really creepy superpower, but you know what I mean? It's really good to keep your mental and visual and artistic juices flowing by constantly seeing and interpreting others' work and working on the journey to finding your own style. MBGirls1233YT says, I love your voice and drawings. By the way, I'm new. Welcome along. New people are, of course, welcome. And J Baptiste 810 says, can you please draw an anime guy, eye, neck, shoulders, leg, bum, and hair, please? I can draw good thanks to you. And you've spelt the letter 2 and then the letter U. Lovely, J Baptiste. Oui, très bien. Oui, encore, je crois que un peu pour dans le... Oh, wait, fuck it. Okay, yeah, in the future, I will be doing more and more of this. Also, that's technically take a sip of coffee time. But yes, we'll be getting on to the men, don't you worry, after a few more female tutorials, after the made My Art Your Design. After this week, which is probably going to be a Ghost in the Shell SAS. Probably not even SAS technically anymore, it's probably just going to be fan art in general, but you know, we'll see how we go with that. Ryder2KX says, I'm working on a manga with a good story. Thank you, your tutorial helps out a lot. Oh, you're welcome, I guess. Unless you're kind of saying like, you know, fuck you, and a kind of, I'm working on a manga with a good story. Thank you. like with loads of sass because we're all doing bad manga stories or something around here. But yeah, what's it about, Ryder? Or are you going to keep it secret until you've produced your first volume, in which case you'll release it to the world? I'm very curious. Kirill Stoyanov says, please man, draw Claire from Claymore, please, please, please. Kirill Stoyanov, I'm just going to make that. That's going to be like my new, I also need to drink a bit of my coffee, because you guys are so rock solid on those Claire from Claymore requests. Let's have a little sip. And I still haven't done them. It's really bad of me. I know we've got to do it in the future. Don't worry, we'll get there. Brian Perry, hello, sir. And Skylar Heft, or Skylar Uft, says, thanks for the reply on the technology you use. Really enjoy the channel. Well, thank you very much. You're welcome along. As I go through these, I keep wishing you do a mini tutorial on knees or knees and elbows. Ah, good suggestions, sir. We've done legs and arms, but maybe not the joints in focus. Seems like one you could knock out pretty quick. It's in my nature to knock one out quickly. Wow, Devon says, Skylar Hooft, please do this, Mikey, and good suggestion, Skylar. Yes, good suggestion indeed. And Joel says, when I try to draw stuff, I usually pose MMD models for reference and tend to have no knees or elbows. So yeah, you can get behind this. Okay, Skylar Hooft, let's just copy your comment. It's a very good comment, and we're going to have to use that for our ideas in the future. And let's just give that a little paste in Notepad. Lovely. The Anime Sage says, someone's trying to steal your work. Oh, what, really? And you've linked to a YouTube channel? Oh my good. God, what is this? Oh my good. Someone's trying to steal your work. Good. How to draw Zoro from One Piece, from a channel called Le Manga with some Arabic writing. Oh, that is genuinely my video. Oh wow, I've been straight up plagiarised. Let's have a quick look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in the space, not only have you stolen my video, whoever this guy is, in the space of this 17-minute video I made for drawing Zoro, they've put 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 ad breaks in it. 7 different adverts, you cheeky motherfuckers. What does one do about this? Who is this channel? This is going open to a new tab. This could just turn into a complete side quest, everybody, where I just go and report somebody for stealing content. Let's have a look at their channel. So, I can't read this writing. I think it might be in Farsi, maybe. Let's have a look. Oh, and he looks like you've stolen one of my videos. The rest of your videos, who knows, are probably stolen from other people around the globe. How weird. Just nicked my DSE. That's so strange. Let's look at all of your video uploads. 49 subscribers. Doobie-doobie-doop-doop. Just scrolling through the history. Oh yeah, there it is, from 2 weeks ago. I'm going to have to do something about that. What does one do? Oh, okay, maybe I'll report that, but I'm not going to do it right now because I don't need, you guys just don't want to sit here whilst I'm just like, click this, submit, complaint, report. Okay, let's leave that for later. Thank you very much, the Anime Sage. I never thought I'd reach the point on YouTube where people stole my videos because I never thought they'd be that good. Well, I guess that's kind of flattering, but it is. It's not that they've copied my video, they've literally stolen it and re-uploaded it as their own. How weird. So Sean Collier says, hello Mikey, love your videos. Thank you very much. Mine or this other guy from Le Manga, because you can watch him in multiple places now apparently. Can I do lightning from Final Fantasy 13? That would be cool. Yes, we could. I did start a FF13 Let's Play, and then I had to sack it off because just like endless Final Fantasy upload videos for Let's Plays have a really small audience, as much as I love playing it. And I must not damage the channel by uploading stuff like that. Apparently you guys still really love all the scary stuff, still request to play Dead Space 2 that I'm kind of avoiding, as well as continuing on with Resident Evil. So yeah, maybe that will still happen. But the long RPG stuff, maybe I'll just play that at my own time, or maybe I save it for live streaming. Watch this space. Ryder2KX further says you're getting better at drawing. I'm very pleased to hear that. That's the whole point. We're all just kind of getting better at drawing together, hopefully. We're all kind of experiencing different artist techniques, skills, and keeping each other updated on what we've got going on. That's the cool vibe. Mikael Martin says, Mikey, what's up, man? What's up, Mikael? Working on art class, and you recommended the instructor play my DWM episodes, and everybody loved it. Bang, bang. Oh, very, very cool. Hello to anybody who... I was just about to say like a kind of hello to anyone watching this video, but I mean... Obviously, if you're listening to this, you are definitely watching or listening to this video. So hello to you and anyone in class. Get back to work. Argentinian Geometry Dash says, Mikey, could you draw any Terraformers characters? By the way, you're very talented. Thank you very much. And really love your drawings and your channel. Bye. Okay, yes. Maybe he'll make a DWM for it and draw a shit ton of humanoid cockroaches. Oh, I hope he draws Adolf, my favourite. What's Terraformers then? Let's have a quick look at a Control-C. New tab. Control V, oh god. I managed to copy something else entirely. That's a completely different sentence. Okay, let's try that again. Terraformers, got it. I say this all the time, but just to remind you, this is how unprofessional this particular series is. It's laid back, it's chilled out, and it's reading your comments whilst you get your own work done. In that I don't edit out all the quiet bits or me just drinking tea. Oh my god, this is fucking weird. Yeah, I know what you mean with the human cockroach thing. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? This is fucking... I've not seen anything like this before. You know how, like, people suggest anime and manga to you and stuff, and you might have never heard of it, and then you eventually kind of look at some pictures and you realise, oh, you've definitely seen it knocking around, even if it was just as part of a meme or something. But this... I'm just on Google image search for Terraformers. I have never seen this. Terraformers, Adolf. Let's have a look. Wow, what the juice me news? Okay, that tab is getting left open for later after I finish recording this for further investigation. Thank you very much, Argentinian Geometry Dash, or AGD, as I like to call you. Shin uploads, I just mentioned. Oh, I just got mentioned. I'm so happy. Yay! Yay, of course you do. Well, I don't usually read out all the comments on here. I try to catch as many as possible. But yeah, of course, this is where I read through what you guys got going on. It's all point, man. Shinobi Satsuki Gecko says, Mikey Mega Mega, could you make a comic book? And if good, draw, then... Wait, what? Mikey Mega Mega, you should make a comic book. If good at draw, then you're good at story. And I'm your big fan number one. You're cool, man. Hashtag I can draw too. I like this vid. By the way, I am YouTuber too. Am noob, so yeah. Ah, Shinobi Satsuki Gecko. The heart of your message rung true, even if the grammar is destroyed on the way. So thank you very much. Justin Green says, I am post-credits scene hardcore member. Oh yeah, we had the post-credits hardcore crew. Finally done it. It was like a Marvel movie, but in no way as good. A DWM episode where after the credits we came back for a shot of Thanos sitting on the chair. Welcome, everybody. You got to stay right to the end for the good shit. It's on all the forums. Sibo Manike says, or Sibo, please follow me on Twitter at Zambukto. I've tried sending my art pieces to you on Facebook, but it doesn't go through. Please, Sensei. It might have gone through, Sibo or Sibo, and it might simply be that any successful image... By the way, I'm playing some hardcore catch-up at the moment on the Facebook page as well, submitting your artwork and responding to your messages on there, because messages that get to me on that Facebook page... I'm that far behind. I end up reading them about like 3 months down the line. So any messages I'm doing now are still from last year. It's that bad. So I'm going to just smash out a load of that as quickly as possible. Probably going to have to just make sure I do a post before work and a post after work forever and ever and ever. And then I'll catch up to your message, which probably went through fine. I just haven't checked it out yet. Instrumentality 1000 says, excellent work as usual. P.S. How have you been? Well, very, very well. Thank you very much, Instrumentality 1000, with a few catches. Thanks for asking. Obviously, I was away on a skiing holiday. If you want to see that, more uploads are going on my vlog channel, Mikey Whitehead. Come subscribe. Second time I've said it. And unfortunately, I had a bit of an accident where I managed to hurt like the only thing I have to use at the moment, which is my right hand for artwork. Careful. And that was where I pulled the tendon. And so now I have to be super careful. So even when I'm sketching in a sketchbook now of this Motoko stuff, that hand is throbbing and aching, and I'm trying not to push it too hard. I just want to not stop drawing because it's been such dodgy upload schedule whilst I was getting my head round supporting 2 other channels as well. Kingcore's Project says, Mikey kind of looks like a white ice cube. Oh, the other Motoko stuff? I think I know which one you're referring to. On the far right, maybe? And Justin Green says, I am a post... Oh, God, I was going to double read your comment, Justin Green. I was going down the comments list. And then, because I usually work in the other direction, I started reading up out of habit. Peter Huey says, sorry if this is so long. I guess I can just talk too much, but please read it. Oh, a long commenter. Let's go. I'm basically saying why you're so great. Man, I see you care about your viewers, and that is good. I really enjoy all of your videos from all 3 channels. Thank you very much, sir. But if you need to end one of them, I will understand. To me, they're all good like a TV show, except it's real, which makes it even better. Thank you. I enjoyed the Mikey Mega Mega channel because of the art, and it started me drawing in February, or rather trying to. Always good to hear if you guys are getting into drawing. The Film Cram channel is great because it keeps me up to date on the best movies, even if I can't see them. I'm 16. And Mikey Whitehead is great because even if you're drunk, I still get to see quite a bit of Britain. I live in the States. Yes, we do see Britain when we're drunk. If it's too much for you, please tell me. Sorry again, watch you later. Thank you. And while Devon supports that with very, very true. Thank you very much for that lovely comment, Peter Curie. That is very, very kind. The main focus is, of course, Mikey Mega Mega, this particular channel. It's a really sweet comment, dude. And this is where your art stuff and the thing, and this gets all the views and stuff. And then, yeah, the vlogging channel, the Mikey Whitehead, is just kind of, it's a space just to put other stuff that doesn't belong on this channel. And the vlogging is because I want to just kind of like video up some holidays and things. So maybe it's a bit more just for me and like my mates who travel with me. I appreciate other people might not have much time to watch that sort of thing, but it's a nice place to just put it up. It's nice to make a narrative, and deep down everybody wants to be Casey Neistat to some degree. That's where I'm going to stick all of the product reviews and ting. I don't know if I'm going to put the Let's Plays there or keep them on this channel. Hopefully this one. And then, yeah, film cram. It's just, I want to just really keep rolling out this idea of cramming down films and like doing a movie review stuff, and just see if that covers the cost of a Cineworld membership, basically. Or if that gets any good as well, because there's such a large audience for film. So I'm playing around with some ideas, and that's why I can keep complaining about having no time. But thank you for the support across all 3 channels, Peter Huey, and much love to any of you guys who's also subscribed to Film Cram and to Mikey Whitehead. Oh, by the way, and if you are subscribed to that because you're entering the made competitions, my art, your design, then yes, that is still definitely going on. Obviously, it's all going to, it always goes kaput at some point on the channel. Like, we have a really good run of like regular uploads. I think we're on the cusp of a really good regular uploads run again, and then it'll go kaput towards the middle or end of summer, because that's just how we do things around here, waves. But yeah, so Fan Art Friday or an SAS Saturday or something like that will probably be. So maybe not a My Art Your Design submission this week, but it's definitely still on. There's definitely at least 3 more winners to pick from the selecciones, so keep your ears tuned. I'm not going to lie, I've actually picked up the second winner already from the submissions, because I really got interested in this particular character design, but there's still 2 more that I don't even know about yet. Everything goes in this massive spreadsheet that I have a read through. So thank you so much for all the support across all the channels, you lovely, lovely people. Aren't you nice? I mean, all you've got to do is click subscribe, it doesn't cost you anything. But actually, it really helps me out, and I really massively appreciate it nonetheless. Shelby QC says, for the most intelligent being of the universe, that is, what is the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything? Oh, Shelby QC, you do tease me. I believe the answer is 42. Wow, that's just given me flashbacks to being a young kid in a library somewhere. Oh God, I hope it's 42 and it's not like 45 and I haven't made a dick of myself. But I know what you're talking about, don't you worry. Kid Mello says, hey Mikey, I just wanted to thank you. Your videos have been very helpful. Really pleased, mate. Really pleased to hear that. And thank you very much for saying. Obviously, it's the whole point. God, you know, I repeat myself. There's a regular theme of things I do repeat on. But the core thing is, like, look, if you guys enjoy drawing even remotely as much as I like, it really chills me out and makes me a happy guy. Then, yeah, I'm really pleased if any of the videos help you get into your own drawing and stuff. That's nice. Philip Hoyer says, hey Mikey, great art as always, mate. Thank you very much. It is a sketchbook, so it won't be great art every time. It's just a place to put down the ideas. Thank you for checking out my channel a couple weeks back. I appreciated that. Yeah, no worries, bro. Hashtag mug of tea. Hashtag hardcore crew. Yeah, nice one, Philip. Kevin Rodriguez says, Mikey, you're my favourite artist. Thank you very much, Kevin. There are way better artists out here, especially on YouTube, so look around, dude, but I really appreciate that. You're the guy that gives me inspiration to draw and keep getting better. Thank you. Ich bin Ananas. Oh, ich bin Ananas. I am bananas? Is Ananas? I don't know what Ananas is. Is that, I'm assuming that's German. Ja, mein Freund. Ich habe eine Kaninchen. Ich habe zwei Schwestern. I haven't, don't worry about it. Let's have a look. Ananas. A plant of a bromeliad family. Oh, pineapples! Oh! I wonder if that's a very clever multilingual reference to something. I'm a pineapple. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you very much, sir. Of course, another thing about this series is I read through all of your comments without, like, prepping anything or double checking. So, yeah, if you write stuff on here, it's probably going to come out of my mouth. Guy Nino says, you pronounce Luffy wrong. By which I'm sure you're hoping I should be saying that I pronounce Luffy wrong. So yeah, I know it's like Monkey D. Luffy, and that's kind of how you're probably supposed to say it. But ever since I first read One Piece as a kid, you know when you're first getting into manga, and back in my day when I was first getting into it, it wasn't as widely available. Like some people had a Sky TV that might have had Cartoon Network, and some people might have had the internet where it was talked about on forums, but like anime was much more of a rare thing. It's not so easily accessible here. So you could end up like reading a manga for years before you ever talk to another human being about it in real life. Like you'd be on forums and stuff talking to people like all around the world who are also into it. So it was a long time after starting reading One Piece that I ever said Luffy out loud. And Luffy's how I said it, Luffy. It's like an English reading of a word. Even though apparently people tell me it's Luffy because it's R-O in terms of the kanji, Luffy. So yeah, so when I did the Draw Simple Easy, I nearly sung it, Draw Simple Easy episode about Luffy, I'm going to do my best to say it correctly for you guys. Way back, I called him Luffy the whole time, and then I got loads of feedback in that video. So when I did the Gear 4th video, I do my best to call him Luffy there instead of Luffy. But really weirdly, in my head and in my heart, to me, he's always going to be Monkey D. Luffy. I can't help it. It's just how it is. Everyone's got their own, like, weird grown-up thing. Like another one as well, like Appleseed. If you guys are old school anime manga fans, especially if you're an old school manga fan of Ghost in the Shell, you're going to be familiar with the Appleseed manga as well. When I first ever saw that as a kid on the top front of a like really retro VHS box cassette, I just glanced at the word because I don't bother reading stuff when I'm a kid because I'm an idiot. And I thought the name of that anime or manga was just A Pleased, as in like, oh wow, it's called A Pleased. That's such an off-the-wall title for something. And I thought Appleseed was called A Pleased for years because I'm just a fucking idiot. So yeah, Anime King says, hey, mail me, Mikey, and then you put your Gmail address because I'm your biggest fan. I have a hell of a lot to talk about. Well, also you can talk on here because I mean, I can pop you an email and say hello, sure. But yeah, I've got loads of stuff to get done as well. So I'll say hello, dude. Oh, I'm going to have to give this a copy paste. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Control. I was going to read out your email address and I thought maybe you don't want me to do that because that might not be a very good idea, even though you've put it on publicly in the forum. Anyway, done. Okay, I've got it saved for later. I think my email address is available on this channel. I don't think it's hidden. So like on the, where is it? If you ever want to get in touch about commissions, I'll do a proper commission launch video later, so I won't go into it too much now. But like, I think you can go onto my channel and then the about section, and then I think you have to prove you're not a robot maybe, but you can send me emails on here. It's just, it's much better to stick it in this particular video chain unless there's something really particular work-wise you need to discuss. Lone Wolf Ginger says, I'm trying to learn how to use pens to shade and get depth. What's your technique, Mikey, to get all of that different shading with one pen? I screw up at times, but you make it look easy. Thank you very much, sir. I screw up as well. You can treat a pen almost like a pencil to some degrees, as in you can make really light strokes, really quick light strokes just to get out just a touch and a hint of ink off of the pen surface. Really going hard to get the rollerball working, get a really heavy flow, and quick dashing lines and cross-hatching with pens to build up your different types of textures and build up. If you don't know about hatching and cross-hatching, look it up. I'll do a video in the future as well, I'm sure. But that really helps. And it's really weird, but I have gotten quite used to using these pens, biros and uniballs from this particular series. But I do prefer a pencil. But the reason why the pen is much better for the pencil for putting stuff in your sketchbook is a sketchbook doesn't have to be perfect. It's where you put your ideas. It's not a final project. And a pen marks the paper. Like the second that pen's on there, that line and mark is made. With a pencil, you can be really light and hesitant. And I say, don't be with your ideas. Get straight to the pen. Bash out an idea, knock it down onto the page. It's never going to look perfect, and it doesn't have to. As long as you've got the idea out of the way, you don't have to store it in your brain anymore. You can get on with more important things. So I do recommend like heavy flow pens from time to time for stuff like that. When it comes to getting work perfect and correct, you might want to build up with pencil and get your building blocks and your shapes out of the way, sure. But yeah, just I think if you use anything long enough, you start to get a feel for how it does and doesn't work. The Legacy says slightly competent. Haha, so modest. What kind of coffee do you drink? No, I'm not being modest. Well, I like to think I am being modest. I'm a very modest man. No, it's not that modest. Like, I am slightly competent at drawing. Like, I'm not an absolute beginner, but I'm no, like, master either. I'm still just another guy on the journey, just like most of you guys are as well. And girls, obviously, all welcome. And transgender and mysterious. Mystery box. There's a mystery where your box is. Wait, stop this sentence. Okay, stopped. So, what type of coffee? It's cheapo, mate. It's cheapo instant coffee. When I was on that skiing holiday, oh man, we lived the fucking life. We were in a chalet with a this is higher than my normal standard of living. Beautiful chalet, covered in snow with a jacuzzi, and everything was like rich Brazilian coffee out of a cafetiere. It was really nice. But when I'm just knocking about the house, Nescafe or Kenko Smooth. I prefer smooth coffee over rich if I have to choose, but I'm not too bothered over either. I really whack it in this massive pint mug, go for a load of it, stick in a whole load of milk, and sip it at my heart's content. You can't have a mug that holds more than a pint, because although it'd be great, everyone loves more coffee and more tea in their lives. If you go over a pint, by the time you sip to the bottom, it's gone cold. Any less than a pint, you can always kind of fit a bit more because you can always reach to the bottom and it's still warm and you still enjoy it. But any more than that, like, you don't get the most out of it. The time it takes you to drink that much actually chills out the drink. So there's natural limits that apply. That's why you've got to think these things through when it comes to drinking tea and coffee. So yeah, I take my tea and coffee fairly cheap. I'm not that snobbish about it. Instant is fine as long as it's not real cheap and nasty. I do like some high brand instant coffee if I can, and I love me them PG tip pyramid bags because they floor around a nice bit in a mug. M King Will X says, when's the next My Art Your Design episode? So yeah, not this weekend after, I reckon it's going to be back on track. And Velociraptor, oh nice name, says, Mikey, can you visualize your construction lines and your pictures before you begin, much like Kim Jung-ji can? I can a little bit more than I used to. There's like this big thing about it. If you can visualize the image really crisply in your head, if you get it that good and that strong and you're a master at visualizing it and you imagine it on the page, you're not even drawing anymore. You're just tracing what you're imagining you can always already see there. And that can completely change up your game plan. So a lot of construction stuff I can visualize now. I still like to use construction lines because it helps create this nice, safe framework with your character designs. But Kim Jung-ji, I don't know for a fact who you're talking about, but I'm guessing who you're talking about already because this guy's like famously shit hot. I'm going to just give it a quick Google to make sure we're on the same track. But this guy does these massive wall murals. Yeah, immediately. This guy is something else. Like, I can only assume he's ever so slightly on the autistic spectrum as well or something, because his mind is incredible. Oh man, I've just seen a link to pages out of his sketchbook. Oh man. It's so good. Like, oh Jesus. Looking at Kim Jung-ji artwork is making me feel really bad about making you guys sit through just some random sketches of Motoko Kusanagi in my sketchbook. Oh, this man is so shit hot. Oh, man. I need to up the drawing game. We need to up the standard. Oh, he's so good. Yeah, this is the guy I thought you were thinking of. But it's been a while since I've just looked at his artwork. God, there's not enough days in a week to absorb all this amazing, amazing stuff. There are some people out there who are on the next bloody level, and all we can do is cut our own paths in life and try to find our own version of that. So yeah, that's another thing to work towards. Great shout, Velociraptor. So yeah, I can, but not to his extent at all. Not to create that kind of volume and understand the placing the way he does. I still need to block out a page a little bit first. It really helps me out. But what about you guys? Can you guys like just go straight into the final drawing, or do you like to sketch out your building blocks still? What kind of methods do you use? Because a lot of my tutorials, the Draw Simple Easy and the art tutorials, are about building blocks. A lot of it's basics and beginner stuff upwards, because I want it to be accessible to everybody. We'll get onto advanced stuff later. But in terms of that, that's kind of the method I teach. When it comes to me drawing, I still try to use it, but sometimes if I'm copying stuff, I can just like copy straight down onto a page without needing to put in building blocks and things like that as well. What about you guys? I mean, we know the style that we teach on this channel, but how do you guys prefer things? Do you tend to find those videos a little bit useful as a guiding point, but you don't really follow them that much because you've got your own style strongly in place? Or do you kind of follow the letter of the law and put a shape here and measure out all your different body parts and stuff? I'd like to know. I assume the way I teach it's okay because it gets the views, but maybe you guys only use parts of it, and maybe I just need to focus and pick out other things as well. Ms. D Art says, Mikey, do you prefer the 1995 movie adaptation design of Motoko or the standalone version of her? It's super confusing, the timeline in Ghost in the Shell. Oh, Ms. D Art, you have your tip of an iceberg there. That is going to be... I'm basically going to do a video on this for the Film Cram channel about Ghost in the Shell. I'm going to do Ghost in the Shell Crammed, the original 1995 movie. And I'm probably going to do like a video about the new Ghost in the Shell film and the fact that the Ghost in the Shell universe, you are very right, it kind of is suggested that it could all be in the same universe where The series here is where the characters meet, and the film is where the characters depart, and the sequel to the film follows on, and then Arise is a prequel to everything, and the manga's like another kind of sub-stylized genre of the world that they live in. And there's a completely different argument where each one of these is a completely fresh reinterpretation and readaptation of a theme and people, but never necessarily set in a shared universe, because their designs are different, their backgrounds are slightly adjusted, who they are is slightly adjusted as well. So there is an argument that no matter how shit this film's probably going to be, I've not seen it yet, I really hope it's going to be good. The chances are it's not going to be so good, but I'm not going in with a bad attitude about it. But basically, you've got me going on a ramble here, like this is really close to my heart. But basically, like, it has a place, this other movie, and people are going to go, and I'm going to go, I can sense it already. You know, it's got the surface veneer of Ghost in the Shell, it looks the part, but it's got none of the qualities and doesn't cover any of the topics of deep existentialism and the nature of individuality in a network society and transhumanism. And it's just going to be a kind of, oh, who am I, what's my past, I'm a robot film that looks like Ghost in the Shell, much in the way, and I love the Watchmen film, but there is a strong argument that Zack Snyder Watchmen film had all the visuals and veneer of Watchmen without being an actual Watchmen movie, if you're very dear to the comic books and what they're supposed to bring forward and represent. So, getting back to that, what I'm getting at is, despite the fact that this film might have nothing to do with the anime when it really boils down to its core topics, the argument can still be that it still has a place in the Ghost in the Shell universe, because there is no one set Ghost in the Shell anymore. The TV series, the standalone complex, and the Laughing Man stuff is so intelligent and incredibly well done. And that design of Motoko with her massive bangs, basically the version of Motoko that I've just done the other day for the Draw Simple Easy episode, which I'm sure you guys have probably seen as uploaded by now. That standalone complex version of her is a really common version. And it's slightly adapted from the black haircut she had and different vibe from the film. I get the film's going to have much more of a realistic slant, and the anime series is going to be a bit more cartoony and simplified in the anime. The sequel to the film still plays that it's the same universe, so I'll kind of allow that. And the Arise prequels completely mess around with her vibe and cut her hair really short and give her way too much forehead and stuff, and this time it's blue instead of purple. And I think... I think the original design's always going to be the original and have a very particular place in my heart. Because, again, getting back to the nature of anime not being... So, really randomly... By the way, this is exactly what it's like for my friends as well. Like, they try to engage me in a conversation, and then I'm sort of talking halfway through, and then we need to go on a side tangent, and then we need to go on a side tangent from that. So, side tangent number 2. If any of you guys watch like Chris Stuckman's review videos for his film reviews and stuff, I mean, you must have heard of him. He's like a massive film reviewer on YouTube. He did like this whole like retro rewind thing, I think, about the Cartoon Network channel or something like this. And he talked about the history of anime and what it meant to him. And he does talk about how for our generation, and I'm way older than him, so me more than him, you know, I'll say it's my generation. He's like a young upstart. But for like our lot, people who are like in their late 20s, early 30s, back when we were like, you know, younger and getting into anime, it just wasn't accessible. If you saw like an anime in a video store, like, or a manga movie, like, because back then, like, manga and anime, there was no differentiation in the rest between the two terms. Like, manga was this title sequence that came up on anime videos as a company, so you called it all manga. And you would just grab that. You would have no idea what it is. I remember just grabbing the wings of Honiminase or Homines because it was a Japanese anime. I had no idea what was going on there. Take it off the shelf, rent it or buy it if you can. Just give them your money and get it, because it's such a rare thing to find over in the West back in the day. It really was. Like, we're talking anywhere between, let's say, the very late 90s to the early 2000s, like 2000 up to 2003 or 4. And that was when the internet was really kicking off and you could start to download some of this stuff and really expand your repertoire. But like late 90s leading into that, man, it was a rare, mysterious treat. You just got it and then you hoped it was good. You opened the egg later. It was like a surprise thing. Anyway, what I'm getting at there is that the original 1995 Ghost in the Shell was exactly like that for me. Picked it off a shelf, grabbed it because it was available, had nothing, had no idea what it was, didn't know it was like a pillar of anime back at the time and a real hallmark. Just another one I was grabbing, and it turned out it was fucking awesome out of sheer luck. And the qualities and textures and the techniques they used visually on that, and that kind of Motoko, she's always going to sit with me as that particular design. Because in that anime, when she's jumping around and in combat, She has that doll-like nature to her. Our eyes are wide open. She's an unflinching character because those sorts of reactions and emotions aren't necessary for her to kind of get on with her day, even though she's still got the ghost of a human. She's still a person technically with a human scanned Cyberdyne brain. Cyberdyne? I'm pretty sure that's from Cyberdyne Model T1800. Yeah, so that's from... it's all come flooding back. So many mixed memories. So let's not worry about Terminator. But in terms of cybernetic stuff, yeah, really, really cool. So that's always going to be the classic for me. The one that really got my heart, though, because despite it being an amazing actor, and this is all going to be in this rant I'm going to fucking do in this review for Film Cram. This is like the warm-up. Oh my god, this is going to take up the whole episode. I'm going to have to wrap up this and read the rest of your comments. Sorry, guys, I'm going to complete aside. But basically, the Laughing Man standalone complex version of her character, that was the one I watched through, and I really had my heart for the Ghost in the Shell series, because that whole Laughing Man stuff was such an intelligent, overarching story where you really had to pay attention. It, fought back to Catcher in the Rye and all this sort of stuff. But I was like, wow, this is really good. And I kind of went with their designs there and almost forgot how different their designs were originally in a film. It kind of took over for me. So standalone complex is kind of the Ghost in the Shell Motoko that I think of. But one that has the most effect on me is still the original film version of her, because that original film has a very particular effect on me. But when it comes just to the series, I say standalone complex. I bet you wish you hadn't even asked. What a long rant back to your question. Oh, in fact, I've scrolled away. Let's scroll down. I'm just scrolling down, everybody, trying to find even your comments. Misty Art, there we go, I found it. Who's your favourite? Who, everybody, is your favourite version of Ghost in the Shell, if you know, and you've had to go through so many different versions? Let's pick up the pace. Miguel Perez is in an architecture class. Well, Miguel, good luck with that. Who's your favourite architect? Go. Tyrone Thomas says, hashtag post-credit hardcore crew. Yes, you did get involved with the other episodes. Look, so this is the thing, like, I was ready to go to bed when we'd started this episode, and then now my blood's pumping because I've been talking about Ghost in the Shell and I'm wide awake all of a sudden. Probably also because there's a whole pint of coffee that I'm working through, so we're getting, like, back awake. This is the worst time to do it. I need to go to bed now. Bosnia Knowledge says, you deserve more views. Thank you very much, Bosnia Knowledge. That's very kind, I guess, to say. And Super Seb says, hello again, Mikey. Old fan here. Welcome back. Don't expect you to remember me. Maybe I do. It's great to see how well your channel is doing. Proud of you, man. Thank you very much. You know, this channel only does well, by the way, because you people support it and give it a thumbs up and comment and watch the videos and subscribe. So whenever you guys sort of say, well done, the channel's coming really well, thank you right back to all of you. Like, you kind of make it possible. Oh, emotional. Dragon Lore Studio says, could you draw Fire Emblem character? My favourites are Nephany and Setsuna, but there's more FE characters than Pokemon, so I'm sure you'll find one you like. Let's just Control C. Oh man, I'm back on that tab with Kim Jong-ji. Oh, he's so good. Oh, he's so good. Like, that's just making me dribble. Oh man, Fire Emblem Heroes. There's some really shit hot designs as well. Oh, that's another tab we've got to leave open. So many tabs from great artists based on your suggestions all the time on this series. Colby Senior, still loving the DWM, mate. Thank you very much for all your old scores, and I think the movie will do well, but I mean, we have to see it once it comes out. Yeah, man, excited to see the new Pirates of the Caribbean since they released a new trailer just today. Hashtag Hardcore Crew. Not watched any of those new Pirates trailers yet. I'm really not sure how I feel about them. I'm going to have to, oh shit, we're going to have to cram Pirates 1 through 4, aren't we, on Film Cram? Oh my god. Oh my god. Tomatone says, hey Mikey, hello Tomatone, how have you been doing? Very well, thank you, other than the aforementioned things. Got some serious challenges going on with the house that I live in, but I'll go on a rant video on the vlog one day. You haven't seen Ghost in the Shell movie, but it seems like, seeing as I like it, you're going to try to see the previous movies. Awesome drawing as always. Hashtag Hardcore Crew. Tomatone, the rhythm is not consistent in that first Ghost in the Shell movie. It's an absolute great one. You're going to have to take your time with it and pay attention, though. There's a lot that it tries to say. Good luck. Remini Manga Incorporated, or Remini Manga Inc. says, hello Mikey. Hello RMI. I just wanted to say the whole time you were filling in your drawings of ink, I felt like I was going to die on you, so I was so worried the whole time you coloured. Yeah, running out of ink is like a terrifying problem, I feel you, and like, it takes balls to commit a final ink line onto your artwork as now, because if you make a mistake, oh my god. Minecraft Nazi, always welcome. Hey Mikey, I do all kinds of different art in terms of characters and styles, but you're struggling with landscapes and environments. Any tips? Hashtag Hardcore Crew. Yeah, I had a few questions about environment art over the last few DWM episodes. I'm sure you've been one of them. MCN? The MCN network? Does that just stand for Minecraft Nazis? Maybe it does. But yeah, there's going to be tutorials further down the line. I need to personally have a play with environments and background drawings myself. It's not my strong point, so I need to get that under the wing in the future. We'll come back to that topic when I have some knowledge to give you an answer. Jacob Morgan says, hey Mikey. Hello Jacob. Just so you know, your evil plan's working. You've joined the thralls of listening to your Draw with Mikey videos whilst you draw. Welcome, welcome fools. One day you basically binged whilst you finished a drawing of your Guardian from Destiny. So here I can see on your DeviantArt. Let's have a look at your picture. Oh, and there's further expanding to your comment. My question for you is, what do you do with your sketches stroke sketchbooks when you're done with them? If you're like me and a drawing pad just end up gathering dust under your bed, then that makes me feel better. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Keeping art to yourself. But have you ever thought of auctioning them off or selling them? If so, I'd love to snag that Ghost in the Shell sketch you did on this video. Thanks. My old sketchbooks. Some go in the bin, like the really old bad ones. There was a period where I was filling in sketchbooks with no sense of direction, and you could tell. But I just had this primal need to mark the paper and like do some art. Now my sketchbooks are a bit more thorough, so I probably keep the sketchbooks from the last few years. Maybe try to flush out one from when I was a child for the sake of really old artwork, and 100,000 subscriber special we'll do one day. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Like, I can't quite make myself throw them away, and they do end up sitting under a drawer. A lot of them now, because I sketch with a bit more personal direction. I don't know how to put that. A lot of them now are actually me sketching out particular ideas that I want to come back to later. Or I'm sketching out rough drafts or storyboarding for kind of projects I want to do in the future. So now I have to kind of keep a lot of them because I'm going to come back to them. They're like an important journey thing. But in the far, far future, sketch them off, sell them off. Yeah, maybe I will. Would I do that for me, or would I do that sort of stuff for charity? Probably a charity thing. We'll see. Aguatemala Chavez says, man, this was something like a Marvel movie. That after credit was awesome. Yeah. The hashtag after credits hardcore crew. Yeah, by the way, are you planning to do any tutorial on guys? Just want you to drink. Well, now I have to. Obviously, yes. Oh, forcing that down. Tim, know your damn business. Always welcome, Tim. Great video like always, Mikey. Thank you very much. They're a real mixed bag. I know that. Like, the quality of this video is only based on your comments and how I'm feeling and, you know, if I've managed to get it out in time. But I do love you guys coming along for the journey. Obviously, hopefully it's, you know, been productive for you guys. You're getting your art done or something. Or maybe you're just listening to the DWM on a long, long drive from one state to another. Who knows? You do. Decide. It was hard to watch the dog die from the first John Wick. Yeah, but you had the same dog with the same name which passed a couple of years ago. Oh, mate, that's fucking sucks balls. I'm sorry, dude. Tyrone Thomas says, hello, Mikey Mega Mega. Hello, Tyrone. I look up to you along with Sycra. Is it Skyra or Sycra? How do you say it? I know who you're talking about. They're amazing. I'm subscribed to them. I look up to them too. And a few others. You've inspired me just to be better. Awesome. Really, really pleased. I think you're freaking awesome, and I figure you'll actually read this. You're damn right I'm going to read it, Tyrone. You're damn right. King of Dongles. I often wonder why he was so nervous about drawing the lollies or whatever, and just remembered the UK laws are different from US laws. Yeah, you've got to be careful drawing pictures of children. If it's just fan art, it's fine, but you're not going to find any of that shit in my SAS series because, like, I don't want to go to prison or have, like, fucking the police come around and tell me I can't live near a school or some shit. It's not for me. You might have missed the detail of the last comment. A bird is your best mate's younger sister. Oh. Oh. You still friends with your best mate? How's that going? Mario Dumanakic says impressive skill, very nice. And Chilled Kiwi says, hey Mikey, hello Chilled. I'm a long time viewer, but I'm shy to comment. Don't be shy, everyone's welcome. So you should be honoured. Oh, I am. Question is, your drawings are all sketch-like, so you're wondering how do you get your lines straight because your hand is unstable. Focus. Move slower, move faster. Work on different sketches. Work on sketching out blocks of space. Get blocks of space and work on cross-hatching them out and stuff like that. Learn to get a really solid line and build up the muscles of your hand and work less quickly and a bit more focused if you're really worried about solid lines. Work with, how to put it, have I done something about how to draw with a pencil or drawing lines and arcs? But basically look up any video that tells you how your hand is geared to draw curves and lines in one way much better than the other. For example, if you're right-handed, if you imagine, I'm just going to look at my keyboard now. How bad is that? If you imagine the letter C and the big curve of the capital letter C, your right hand is more geared to draw a curve that curves out and away from you like a C. Whereas if you imagine a curve of a capital letter D, your left hand is more naturally aspired to draw those kinds of curves. So when you rest your hand, that can be the focal point of the center of a curve, and you can just use various strokes to actually build up that curve. But if you try to do the opposite curve, like a D curve with your right hand and a curve of a C with your left hand, then that actually goes against the natural flow of your hands, and that sort of line is going to be unstable. That's why when you watch a lot of artists, they're always shifting the page all over the place and working all sorts of angles so that they have the best possible angle with their hand to the paper to get the best type of line. I've nailed it in a nutshell, I'd like to think. Joel says, yeah, I meant to say YouTube analytics instead of YouTube anal. Yes, I remember, I'd assumed as much. I'm also hopeful yet not too optimistic for Ghost in his Shell. Yep, and I rarely do this, but I have a character of a formerly known SAS list show bill from Kemono Friend because their design is just so awesome. Example by Red Mad Giant. Let's open up a new tab. Loading. Oh wow, yeah. She's got a head like a walnut. That's really weird. Awesome. I like that design. Leave that tab open. Thank you very much, sir. So that's a suggestion for the SAS. And why can't you stop watching this horribly animated show? Dark Maya's Daki Makara. Oh. Another click as well. Careful. That's one of those risky body pillow kind of images with a front and a back. Careful. That loaded really slowly and creepily on my screen as well. So yeah, more suggestions. Thank you very much, Joel. And just a few more comments to crack on with as we wrap up this episode. Edgar Orneas. You want me to do some Trailer Park Boys stuff? Cool. The mediocre artist Fair Aksag. Says you've uploaded your drawing process just for fun. You don't expect to get anything from doing it, but the video quality is worth. Oh, so I'm assuming it's on your channel. Maybe I'll have a look in the future. Papat Carrot says second. Rewind Remix says amazing vid. Thank you very much, guys. Mason B wants to know if I have any tips on choosing poses. We're going to have to come back to that. That requires a kind of a fuller answer, Mason B. Try to copy paste that question into the comment section below this video for next episode, perhaps. And let me say a great big hello to Sean Smith, Jonah EXE. I was just about to read through, just say I haven't quite got time to read through your comments, but I've just noticed Jonah EXE's in capitals is, you bastard! You said you'd read all the comments, but this time you never read mine! Anyhow, so now I feel obliged to read your comment because I was just about to skip it because I'd run out of time. You think it's funny how about 6 months ago you found a video on drawing sexy anime girls and thought, oh god, another one of the people with over-sexualized anime, but now you're one of my favourite YouTubers. Thank you very much. By the way, long live the king of dongles and his lady. What the fuck? Hashtag hardcore crew. Oh yeah, yeah. Obviously the other guy on here. Yeah, I'd forgotten. I was like, king of dongles. What the? Oh yeah. Yes. So yeah. So I missed your comment, Jonah EXE. I have read it now. Sometimes your comments do get filtered, not by my own design. They go into this other like section where I need to review them or unclick them or something. And Totaro Honorable's got an essay coming up. Oh my god, I haven't quite got time to read it, but basically you want me to check out the sequel to Nier Automata. Oh yeah, I do need to have a look at that actually. That character design looks really interesting. Stefan Stuff says, awesome, thank you. Juan says, can I do Darkness from Konosuba in an SAS? Adrian Robles says, eres el mejor maestro de dibujos. Saludos desde Perú. Pau. So, yeah, muchas gracias, amigo, pero no tengo muchos skillos. Just another hombre on the journey on the Parfo. I'm reading your language. I do apologize. Lo siento. DL Yapo says, I know speak English, but it's no import. Todo es inglés que perdona si no lo he escrito bien. No es bien, Dele Yapo. Muchas gracias. And Leandro Hidalgo says, dime por favor, que está escrito en broma o está mal escrito a propósito. I'm like, what? What? Okay, thank you very much, you guys. Well, we're really kind of like getting on the Spanish SAP channel version of DWM. Bloody love you guys. I think I've done most of your comments. Just caught a few of you guys in a kind of skippy manner in the end. I do apologise. We're running out of time. I've woken up because of a coffee and because I went on a rant about Ghost in his Shell. So I do apologise if most of this episode has been me mumbling on about that. I'm now wide awake and it's time for bed. I've not done this correctly. I hope you guys have lovely lives. By the time we have the next DWM, I might have seen Ghost in the Shell, the film. I'm not sure if we get around to it yet. I'm not sure what the release date is in the UK. It's got to be soon. It's got to be almost right now. Anyway, guys, get on with your own art and your own lives and let me know how it all gets on next week and we'll have another catch-up. Peace and love. Bye-bye.